A fat old black ass nigga. Looks matter. They matter. I just turned 40 this past March, and one of my biggest regrets is not realizing just how important looks are and how much your appearance matters in this world. Human beings are naturally superficial. It's a part of our biology. It's ingrained in us. We can't help it. We are biased toward treating people who look good better. It's just the facts of life. The faster you realize this and the faster you accept this, the better off you will be in the long run. There are a lot of aspects about yourself that you can't change, but the ones that you can, change them as quickly as possible while you are still young.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omomi, aka Petite Diva, and in this video we are talking about whether looks matter or not. Now this video is inspired by a guy who came online, a 40-year-old black man who came online to say that looks matters and that people should work on their appearance so that they can progress further in life.
A fat old black ass nigga. Looks matter. They matter. I just turned 40 this past March, and one of my biggest regrets is not realizing just how important looks are and how much your appearance matters in this world. Human beings are naturally superficial. It's a part of our biology. It's ingrained in us. We can't help it. We are biased toward treating people who look good better. It's just the facts of life. The faster you realize this and the faster you accept this, the better off you will be in the long run. There are a lot of aspects about yourself that you can't change, but the ones that you can, change them as quickly as possible while you are still young and you have the energy, the flexibility, the agility, the time, and the resources to really work on yourself and your appearance. I'm working on my stuff right now as we speak. I've had a number of health setbacks over the years, but I can tell you that getting on social media and seeing all the reactions that I have gotten to my appearance, not that it has had a psychological impact on me in a way, because I'm fundamentally aware of the fact that, I'm overweight. But I think for me, it was kind of bittersweet just seeing the reaction, because it's like you just realize that as human beings, we just can't help but to be judgmental and to be superficial. And there's no use in trying to fight that. And if you really want to mitigate the stress of constantly worrying about your appearance, work on it. Because it is a fixable issue for most people. For the vast majority of people, it's fixable. You just got to work on it. You just got to take the time, sit down, do your due diligence, and put in the time and effort to really work on your appearance and how you want others to perceive you. Physically, that is. Now, your personality, it's a whole different story. I'm only talking about looks in this particular context. So that being said, if you're in your 20s, you're in your 30s, while you still have the energy, while you still have the time, because you may not have kids and a wife yet, please work on yourself. And even after you have kids and a wife, still work on yourself. Work on yourself. Keep up with your appearances, because people are going to judge you whether you want them to or not. So it's just facts of life. There's no use in complaining about it. There's no use in trying to, make videos on TikTok, trying to get other people to, rally against, body shaming, or we got to be more blah, blah, blah. No, just stop. There's no point. It is what it is. Looks matter. Looks are more important than money. Let me say that again. Looks matter more than money. Some of you all are so fucking delusional that it's not even funny. It's actually very troubling. Very troubling. And I'm noticing that a lot of black men seem to have this mindset that they think that if you just become rich, And then at that point, looks don't matter. Negro, first of all, you're not going to become rich. You're not. Sir, I hate to break it to you, but you're not going to become rich. You're not. You're not going to become a billionaire, and more than likely, you won't become a millionaire. Most of you all will never make more than $70,000 or $75,000 a year. We just gotta call it for what it is. Some of you all right now, you're 24, 25, 26 years old, sitting on the internet, thinking that you're just going to strike it big in crypto, or you're going to get involved in real estate or do this and do that. And then at that point, you'll make enough money to attract all the bad bitches in the world. And sir, guess what? It ain't going to happen for you. It ain't. You're not going to manifest it. You reading 48 Laws of Power and Think and Grow Rich and all these other self-help books isn't suddenly going to turn you into a millionaire or a billionaire. I hate to be that guy. I hate to be pessimistic, but it's not going to. No, sir. No. Yeah, maybe one or two of you guys might strike it rich one day. Sure. But the vast majority of men, regardless of race, you're not going to become rich. You're not. So stop saying that looks don't matter if you make money. What is money to you? Most of you all are just going to end up being, hopefully, hopefully middle class, making hopefully $120,000 to $150,000 a year if you're lucky and you get into the right occupation. Like I said, most of you all probably won't even clear 70, 75. Let's just keep it a buck. That being said, you need to make sure you are taking care of your looks if you are trying to attract a spouse and if you are trying to move up in the upper echelons of society. Because yes, sir, aside from getting a spouse, your looks will matter when it comes to your career. Being a big back is low vibrational. It is what it is. A lot of people are going to get offended by this video, but I'm just going to call a spade a spade. I got my big back, black, fat, nasty ass up this morning, and I decided, you know what? I'm busting the lid off this conversation. It's low vibrational. It is. It is. You have a food addiction. We have a food addiction. It's gluttony. It's uncontrolled eating. It's hedonic eating. It's a lack of discipline, and everybody knows it. Everybody sees it. You know it. Everybody knows it. Got to hold yourself accountable. Don't get mad when people talk shit. People have been talking shit in the comments. They've seen my before and afters or my after and befores or whatever. Y'all go to my previous videos. You can see the comments. Yeah. People say, oh my God, how do you feel? People are seeing being so brutal. What am I supposed to feel? I know I have not been doing the right things. That's why I'm trying to make a change. People see it. People know it. See, the problem with a lot of you all, you conflate fat shaming with accountability. You don't like the fact that people are pointing out the obvious. You're overweight, niece. You're overweight, nephew. You have to get your shit together before it's too late. Even right now, me at being 40 years old, I'm not saying it's too late, but the older you get, you're increasing your likelihood of a health crisis of happening. Heart attack, stroke, diabetes. You see these black patches I got on my skin, niece, nephew? That's called nigrocanacanthosis. That's a result of pre-diabetes. You don't want to be pre-diabetic. And a lot of people want to hop on the internet talking about you can reverse diabetes. You can't. You could put it in remission, but the damage is done to your pancreatic cells, to your beta cells. It's done. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this big back activity, joke, comedy stuff, it's funny up to a certain point, but then it's not. It's not. It's low vibrational. It is. And I'm going to say something else, and I know this is going to piss a lot of people off, but if you're struggling with your weight, you have to stop watching these food content creators. You got to stop watching other people indulge in BS. You got to. You got to stop. But I'm going to make a video about that on a later date. But you all know that being a big bag is not healthy. It's not right. You shouldn't accept this. You shouldn't have to live like this. And there's so many tools out there that you could tap into. You just got to get up and finally reach that burning point and decide you're going to make a change. You got to. A lot of people are like, you need to just worry about yourself and let people be people, blah, 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 blah. Somebody out here, this message is resonating with you. You know you need to hear this because other people don't want to be honest and raw with you. A few people did before in the past, but you got pissed, you got upset. You hate the fact that a parent pointed out the obvious or somebody in your family said you need to do this or do that and you just got mad. But listen, they're right. They're right. Sometimes the truth is raw, it's brutal, it hurts. But you gotta take accountability at some point. You gotta take total ownership over your life. You have one life to live. Don't let these people on social media and the internet gaslight you into thinking that it's just okay to be big. It's not. It's not. More than likely, you will have health problems. So, you know what you need to do. I know what I need to do. So, I'm going to leave it at that.
Now, this man is an author. He has quite a few videos about this topic, and I just selected some to highlight his point. Now, in one of the videos, it was talking about the fact that he's a 40-year-old man. He just became 40 in March, and he wished he realized earlier that looks matter. He talked about the fact that human beings are superficial, and it's in their nature to treat people that look good better. He also said there's no use in complaining about the fact that people are superficial. He was encouraging people, especially those that are younger, to try and work on their appearance, what they can change. He said they should try and change, especially when they are younger and they have the agility, the energy, and even the finances to be able to do what they are supposed to do. He talked about the fact that he too is putting in effort to try and change his appearance, but he has had some setbacks due to his health issues, and he just tried to get people to just do things to change their appearance, because in his own opinion, looks matter. No matter how we want to say it doesn't matter, it matters a lot. Now, in the other videos, he was trying to talk to men who are saying that they would use money to get the girls that they want, and he was saying that who told you that those women don't even have their own money? There are a lot of women having their own money. So even if you have money, which he said a lot of the men talking are not going to be billionaires or millionaires, they're just going to earn maybe like $100,000 per annum. That the money that they're earning is not going to be that much of a difference, because the women that they're interested in are also making their own money. So he said looks matters. His videos got a lot of people talking.
One of my biggest regrets is not realizing just how important looks are and how much your appearance matters in this world.
So being on social media the past few years and having quite a bit of my content go viral every now and again, and with people kind of recognizing me every now and again when I go out, I quickly came to realize that, yeah, what I say is important, but people stop and look at my video because of the way that I look. Pretty attracts people. People are just attracted to what they consider pretty. And all my life, I've used my pretty privilege to my gain, of course. Like, I'd be crazy not to. I'm not unaware of my pretty privilege giving me jobs, opportunities, putting me in rooms, even to allow me to even have a social media page. You know, it's because of the way I look. So I've used my looks for my own gain my entire life. And I remember when I was younger, I had a youth pastor who asked my youth group, which is pretty much all young women, he asked us, how can you use the way that you look to serve God? And we had never heard that before. So no one was really able to give a good answer. And I never understood that. And that question always stuck in my mind until literally just recently. It just recently clicked for me that the way that I look is not an accident. God made me look this way so that I could be attractive to people and then point them to him, right? So he's allowed me to have a social media page. He's allowed me to have a podcast. He's allowed me to look this way so that I can be a voice, so that people can be, first, you know, they might be attracted to how I look, but now I'm talking about God, and you're going to hear about God from me. So I've just recently understood, like, my looks can serve God, because it's going to be like a magnet to people. People are going to draw near to me because of how I look, and I'm pointing you towards God. Like it's all a channel. And it's just so crazy that like years later, I really understood what he was trying to tell us. Like, yeah, you're pretty, sis, like you're beautiful, but make sure you're using that for God. So, you know, dress modestly, you know, always just be something to where people look at you and they want to be next to you because looks are very important, but just make sure that you're always pointing them towards God. Like that's your job with your looks. It's crazy.
Looks matter. They matter.
Literally did not realize this until I was 20, 21 years old. Story time. So it's 2020 and it's the pandemic. I was shut in the house, was locked in the house. So I'm like, well, let's address the elephant in the room. You know, let's try to, you know, lose some weight, change, you know, our diet, eating habits, stuff like that. So boom, I lose some weight during the pandemic, and you know, I was showered with compliments from family and you know, family friends and stuff like, oh, you know, we're proud of you, you did it, da 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 da. Which was the first time that I was actually showered by compliments by my family for anything that I did, despite, you know, other stuff I've done. So January 2021, I started school, and for the summer of 2021, I had this like job at a catering place or whatever. You know, after that job, I leave. Fast forward to 2022, I get another job. It was a part-time job at a coffee shop. The worst job I ever had in my fucking life, and I was working full-time hours, even though it was part-time. You know, I was heavily like mistreated by managers, by other coworkers that I did nothing to. It had to be because I was black, because there was nothing else there. I mean, the weight was off, you know, so I mean, there was nothing for them to really judge on. It was just me being black, pretty much. And this fucked up job that I was at, which I stayed way too long, um, it led to me like being depressed, and it led to me gaining some of the weight back because I was, you know, eating to, you know, distract from the pain. And I kid you not, a family member that I hadn't seen in like a year or so comes to town to visit, and the first thing that they say is a comment about my weight, which, you know, it looking in retrospect, it wasn't even that big of a deal, but it was because weight was the last thing on my mind. And I literally had put on, this was the beginning. I put on a couple pounds, like nothing crazy, nothing, you know, ridiculous. Like I didn't gain 50 fucking pounds overnight. And that's when I learned, like, and mind you, I'm in school, like I have a job, like I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm trying to progress my life, but nobody gave a fuck about any of that. They only give a fuck about what you look like to them, and if you are good looking to them, and they treat you like a number on the scale, or you know, if you weren't blessed with a good physical appearance, they treat you like a monster. So that is when I learned looks matter. Being a good person doesn't fucking matter. I was taught, you know, if you be a good person, it'll take you far, and that looks aren't everything, but that's a fucking lie. Being a good person won't get you shit, period.
I'm a fat old black ass nigga. Looks matter. They matter.
Let's really talk about it though, especially as somebody who didn't grow up conventionally attractive at all, to now getting treated a certain way, being treated nicer in certain spaces. That shift came from literally me investing into how I looked, how I presented myself out there, because people treat you based on how you treat yourself and what you are willing to tolerate. So if you're showing up there not looking your best, then people are going to treat you not the best. So as much as I hate to say it, looks really do matter.
I'm a fat old black ass nigga. Looks matter. They matter.
As someone who's lost 125 pounds, I can tell you with absolute certainty that pretty privilege is a real thing. Life at 245 pounds is a whole lot different than life at 120-ish, 25 pounds, depending on the week. People are so much nicer to you when you are conventionally attractive. And I lived it. I lived it at work. I lived it personally. I lived it through relationships. People compliment you when you're attractive, which, okay, that makes sense. If someone thinks you're attractive, they're going to say something nice to you. But imagine going through life and getting no compliments. Pretty hard on your self-esteem. The creator, I mean, he's right. He's absolutely right. Looks matter. And as much as we as humans want to say they don't, that's a lie. And there are sociological studies to prove it if you look up like attractiveness in the workplace. And I think for women in particular, this is like more potent than with men. Like men, looks, if you're smart, you're probably fine. But women, our looks in particular, open doors that probably wouldn't otherwise be opened.
Not realizing just how important looks are and how much your appearance matters.
Why do you wrap up gifts? Like when Christmas comes and, you know, the gift is a great gift. Like this could be the most useful gift to that person. But you don't ever just present it to them any type of way. You wrap it up, make sure it looks real nice. Might even put a little bow on it, you know what I'm saying? People love to say don't judge a book by its cover, but then they forget presentation is important. First impressions, you know what I'm saying? Your presentation is going to get you through the door. And once you get through the door, your characteristics is going to carry you. And then there's a school of thought that's accepted, especially in the work field, where it's like, look the part. So how I'm supposed to believe you're a person that's worked or you are working on yourself if you don't look the part? You don't look like you're participating in your own ad life. You know what I'm saying? Like you.
This is some straight up coping shit. Actually,
See, and this proves what I was saying before. Your external reality is a reflection of you. So it's not that looks matter, it's that looks matter to you. Therefore, the people surrounding you are a reflection of that ideology that you have within yourself. Obviously, if you think that looks matter, you're going to surround yourself with other people who also think, which only reinforces the ideology. See, people like to blame their external reality all the time. Oh, people only care about look. Oh, people treated me better when I looked better. That is a reflection of you, my guy. You treat people better or worse based off of their physical appearance, so then that happens to you. This is all very basic energy work, you guys. Like, you see the way he acts, you see his shitty attitude. I still think he's a nice guy, but it kind of seems like he needs therapy. Like, really needs therapy. What has been happening to him, his experiences, are a reflection of him. Don't you love this golden hour light? Oh my God.
Now, personally, I feel like some of the things that he said were actually true. He talked about people's weight and health issue, and that's something that is actually true. It's not only about appearance, it's also working on some things for your future health and your present health. Now, in some of my videos where I've talked about looks, that like there's the one where I talked about being the ugly friend. There's also the glow up one, when people that grew up ugly and glowed up, how they feel when they glowed up. I talked about the fact that my weight has been a problem because I'm underweight, not overweight. But while I don't get some of the experiences or remarks of those that are overweight, I have some experiences due to the fact that I'm skinny and small. And I talked about the fact that for me to glow up, for me to feel more confident, gaining weight is one of my priorities. And I also talked about the fact that I have gained 6 to 7 kg in the last 1 year. And some people will say, oh, that's very small. And I'm like, for 4 years, I gained 2 kg. Yes, I was gaining 2 kg. I was losing it. I was gaining from 2019 to 2022. I believe I just gained 2 kg. I gained the 6 to 7 kg, or I retained the 6 to 7 kg that I gained in 2023. Unfortunately, I have not lost more than 1 kg. So I've gained between 6 to 7 kg in the past 1.5 years or something like that, which I am very grateful for. In those videos, I talked about the fact that my weight causes me not to see clothes that fit my size because I'm skinny, I'm very small, and a lot of people are not going to stock clothes that are very, very small, especially in a country where a lot of people are on the bigger side because of the African body, and then I'm the outlier. But fortunately for me, I've gained that weight, and recently I went thrift clothes shopping. Yes, I went thrift clothes shopping because most of the time I never find my clothes in where they're selling brand new clothes. So most of the time I have to go to where they sell thrift clothes just to try and see if they can find my size. And most of the time I will see sizes for children, but because of I've gained 6 to 7 kg, when I went to the largest thrift market in Lagos, I got clothes. I cannot believe that I got clothes. Like when I was going, I was praying that I would at least get maybe like 4 shirts, 4 trousers, pants, and maybe some gowns, because I did not know what to expect. I'm used to getting to the market and walking up and down and not seeing clothes that I like or seeing clothes that size me. And I went there and I saw clothes. Like, if you want to see a clothing haul video, you can leave a comment in the comment section. Even if you don't leave a comment in the comment section, I'm still going to do the clothing haul video because it is the first time that I'm having clothes that fit me, and I just want to like document my first experience of getting clothes that fit me without me having to adjust it. Yes, some of them I might have to adjust it a bit, but I might not even adjust it because if I'm planning on gaining more weight, which I am, I'm going to leave those ones for when I gain more weight so that I will not have the problem that I had like recently when I gained weight and all my clothes became tight and I had to give it out because I gained weight for the first time in my life. I give out clothes because it's too big, but this time I'm giving out clothes because it's too small. So I'll do that video. I don't know if anybody is going to watch it, but I'm going to do that video. Anyway, trying out those clothes just made me happy. Like looking at myself in the mirror, I was just like, oh my god, this is me wearing a clothes without having to adjust it. I was so happy and I became more confident just thinking of me wearing those outfits out. Most of them are work clothes. I really don't go out, but just being able to have clothes that fit was a real confidence booster. And so that's one of the things that I am doing. Another thing I'm working on to just improve my appearance and improve my confidence, because sometimes when you look good and you feel good, a lot of things will align. So the second thing I'm doing is, if you've watched my shorts and some of my videos, you know that I've gotten into Arabian fragrance collection. I'm trying to check out the different scents and putting on those perfumes and knowing that I smell good. Knowing that I smell good as being another thing that just makes me feel happy and just makes me more confident. Knowing that I'm stepping into a place and people are like, "Ooh, that person smells nice." It's just something that just makes it a whole lot better, because no matter how we want to say appearance doesn't matter, appearance is this, that. But the thing is that when people see you, they're not going to know you're a nice person. The first thing they're going to say is your appearance. So if you look like something else, they're going to be like, who's that person? It's not later on, oh, that person is a nice person. That person has a nice personality and the rest. But your appearance, especially for somebody you're meeting for the first time, is something that would sell you out. And for me, like I said, the weight was a problem. My clothes were not fitting. So I was just looking. I didn't like going to a lot of places, to be honest, apart from the fact I'm an introvert. But there are some there's some opportunities, there's some places, there's some events that I would have loved to go that might even have progressed me career-wise. But when I think about the fact that I don't have clothes to wear, and the clothes I have, I don't really think that they are suitable for where I'm going to, and I might look very funny. They'll be like, "Who's this person? Is this person a housemaid or something?" In my own opinion, was one of the reasons why I used to like turn down a lot of things. But now that I gain weight and I can find my clothes, hopefully my style will improve and I'll be able to start things and people will be like, okay, who is that? Even if it's stripped clothes, I don't mind as long as it fits me, it sizes me. Anyway, so that is the second thing that I'm doing. As for my skin, I'm working on it. If you've been checking some of my videos recently, you know that I've been breaking out. This is another one, but we're working on the skin. Once that is nice and dandy, that will improve my confidence. And for me, it's not like doing all those things are going to make me prettier, but at least I will not look in a weird way, and I at least when people see me, they will, even if I'm not the prettiest, but at least if I'm looking good, cloth wise, shoe, everything on point, at least it might open doors for me. It might get me to progress faster than before. So that is what I'm personally working on. Just like you said, you have to work on some things. Now I looked at the problems that I was having and I decided I was going to try and work on it. Like the weight gaining, I just decided to eat more, even if it was small, and it worked. I was surprised. I tried to force myself to eat more frequently and it worked. The only issue that I have is my tummy, and I think I have to go to the gym to try and gain weight without gaining it in my tummy, but that will be later. But my own steps are just basically those things. Every other thing would work accordingly after the major things have been taken care of, and hopefully to be taken care of very soon, and things to get better. Now, like I said, it's not like it's going to make me prettier, but at least my appearance and my confidence would go up a bit, and I'll be able to step into places without feeling insecure, without feeling that I'm not supposed to be here, without feeling that people are looking at me in a particular way. Like if I step in a place and I'm confident, I know I'm smelling nice, I'm looking good, everything is on point, I think it will help me to project what is in my mind better than if I'm feeling, oh, this person is looking at my leg, this person is looking at my hair, am I smelling nice, am I smelling in a particular way? So that is my own plan. That's my own thoughts about this whole topic of looks matter. I completely agree with him that sometimes looks matter, and when you get to a point where you feel more confident about your looks and your appearance, you can do much more than when you are not feeling confident. You go with boldness to some places that you will not have gone to if you felt like you are going to be judged by your appearance. So that is my own opinion, that is my own story, that's my own steps to improving my appearance. I know that a lot of people will say you don't need people's validation and rest, but like I said, the first thing that people are going to see is your appearance. And even if you don't need people's validation and the rest, we still need people to help us achieve some things, and that's the fact of life. Because if you are going to stay in one place and say you don't need people's validation, how are you going to progress in your career to get to a point where you are financially free, you have less financial anxiety, you achieve the life that you want? Sometimes you have to step outside, and human beings will judge. That's the truth. Human beings will judge your appearance. So sometimes you might just need to appear good to not be judged and not have your opportunities blocked because of how you look. Anyway, that's my own thoughts about this whole discourse on whether looks matter or not, and whether looks can help you achieve your dreams, whether looks can help you progress in your career. I don't know what you guys think about what the original creator has said about whether looks matter. Do you agree with him? Do you disagree? If you are someone who grew up ugly, or if you're someone who's trying to improve their appearance, what are you doing to improve your appearance? I would love to hear what you're doing to improve your appearance. I would love to hear your thoughts about whether looks matter or not. So please leave your comment in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.